G'day, Steve Morgan here from Australian Bass Tournaments and Fishing Monthly magazines with another of our product review and testing segments. Had a great handful of baits to check out at the end of 2018 and got a lot of them on the water. Today we're talking about Valley Hill, another big Japanese brand. Of course, it wouldn't be a Japanese brand if it didn't have this logo, Step New Stream. Don't know what it means. Probably means fish some new water. And the bait we have today, it's called the Booster Blade 55. Always crazy names on these baits, but this is what it looks like. It's a small, well, it's sort of like bigger than a stick minnow with two trebles underneath, two little chemically sharpened trebles. But the main feature, of course, this small Colorado blade mounted via a swivel on the back. It's got a small flat detent on its head and a little split ring there that you should tie your line straight to. In the water, it says that it doesn't have much action. It's just that slide through the water effect. It's got this little blade though kicking around. So in theory, shallow, weedy water where you can wind this and suspend it over the top of the weeds and maybe rip it out the top is ideal for this. So we took it down to the Macleay River.
So there we go, we've got it tied on in the field now. This is the little Valley Hill Booster Blade 55. Really interesting bait. It's got that sort of shrimpy bait fish profile there, which both bream and bass love, but especially the bass love that little beetle spinnerbait blade on the back. And because this lure slowly sinks, we can fish it here in the Macleay River around all of the weed, hopefully bring a few bass up and show you how it works. So we got 8 foot of water here, but the weed comes up about 5 foot off the bottom. So there's about 3 foot on top of that weed where we can fish this lure. And because it slowly sinks, I can throw it out, sink it a couple of seconds, slow roll it, and just have it touching the tips of that weed, and that little blade will bring those fish out of the weed to eat the bait. Well, that tactic worked quite nicely. The little blade across the top of the weed. Got this nice bass. Let's see if I can get him in here. There you go, on the Macleay River. And he's been attracted by that little blade on the back and just engulfed that bait there. It's got the back treble just hanging in. Let's get rid of the lure. They are quite small trebles on here, so they're not made for fishing on, really heavy 20-pound line. This is only on some 4-pound braid and some 4-pound leader. But there you go, a little shrimp imitation. These guys are gorging themselves on shrimps. That's a beautiful bass around high 30 centimetres on the Valley Hill. They make bass lures. There's an Aussie bass.
Well, there you go. The Macleay is a fairly fishy place, so if we didn't catch fish on this little Booster Blade 55, I was going to be really surprised. But it's a great, versatile bait, works at a variety of speeds, and especially in that clear water environment, I think it's going to really hit its straps. It's definitely worth having a few of these Valley Hill baits in your bass box.